what is the loving kindness meditation, okay? Now, the purpose of this is to cultivate feelings of love in your heart toward yourself and toward all other beings, essentially, because it's only when we love all other beings, when we can see them as equals to ourselves, it's only then that our heart can truly open and enlightenment can happen. You know, this is why when I was watching this video recently, and a very young girl, maybe 5 or 6 years old, she asked the Dalai Lama that, you know, what should we practice? What should we all practice? And he gave a very simple, beautiful answer, which was practice only 2 things: making the mind concentrated, making the mind strong, and number 2 is cultivate warm-heartedness, love in the heart, cultivate love in the heart. And this is simply because there is no point of having a sharp mind with no love in the heart. You know, when we do practices like yoga, when we do meditation, these are very powerful practices. They purify the mind, they sharpen the mind, they make the mind very strong. And with that, you are able to accomplish gigantic things in this world, you know. And if the mind is sharp but the heart is not full of love, then that is a recipe for disaster. You know, we know so many people in history that had a sharp mind but maybe not that much love in the heart. You know, think of Ravan, great example, right? Think of Hitler, another great example. Very sharp, very powerful mind, but not love in the heart. And on the flip side, you know, you have people who have sharp mind and a lot of love in the heart, and they become the icons of history, like Lord Ram, for example, right? And this is what we want ultimately, because when we live in this way, in a compassionate way, in a loving way, then we are able to reach any goal that we want and reach the goal, you know, enlightenment, right? So let's get into what is the loving kindness meditation. What are we actually doing in this practice, okay? So there are 4 stages in this practice. Stage 1, you start with yourself. And here we are essentially mentally sending ourselves feelings of love and kindness. You know, often we are hardest on ourselves. We don't forgive ourselves easily. We don't, you know, give ourselves the credit that we deserve. And because of this, quite often we feel undeserving, you know. And it's common to have this mind frame that, oh no, you know, I find it easier to give to others than to give to myself. And, you know, we can almost think that, you know, we're really good, noble people because we are doing self-sacrifice and giving to others. And as good as that may sound, it is it is also a recipe for disaster, because the reality is that, you know, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So by living in this way, either you're going to run out of that which you're giving, or you are going to drain yourself out completely, right? And I'm sure there's instances in your life where you feel like you've done too much for other people and you have not enough left for yourself. It's not sustainable. So step number 1 is to give yourself love, to fill yourself with love, because only, you know, what is in your cup, what you are full of, can you give to somebody else. If there is no love within you for yourself, it becomes very difficult to actually give that outward, okay? So in the first step, what we do is we mentally, you know, forgive ourselves for any past mistakes we may have made. And we allow ourselves to realize that we are human. You know, we have hopes and dreams and desires, and we deserve to be happy. We deserve to be happy. So thinking of the universe as our mother, we ask it that, may I be happy, may I be healthy, and may I have everything that I seek. And really try to do this. It may be difficult. It may be difficult for the first few times, but that's why this is a practice. And the more you do it, the more you will be able to forgive yourself and feel more deserving. And this is really, really important to be able to live a very content and happy life ultimately, right? So that's step number one, giving love to yourself. Step number two is giving love to somebody that you love very much. This is often the easiest step, right? So you pick somebody that you love deeply. Could be your husband or wife, your brother or sister, maybe a really close friend, anything, anyone that you really love. And you bring this person in your mind's eye and mentally you send them feelings of love and kindness. And realizing that just like you, this person is a human with hopes and dreams and desires. We mentally send this person love. And in the same way we did for ourselves, we ask the universe that may this person be happy, may this person be healthy, and may they get everything that they seek. So this is the second stage. You go from yourself outward to somebody that you really love and you send them love. And by this point, you are feeling quite a lot of love within you, a lot of kindness, a lot of positivity, right? So now what we do in step three is we expand our heart and we move to thinking of somebody that is just neutral in our life, that we don't particularly love or hate or like or hate, okay? This can be somebody that is an acquaintance, a friend of a friend, you just know of them, or somebody at work, you just know they exist, you don't have a real relationship with them. Maybe somebody that you see on a day-to-day basis, maybe the cashier at the supermarket, a neutral person, you have no positive or negative feelings toward this person. And you bring this person in your mind's eye. And just like you did for yourself, just like you did for your loved one, you try to view this person as a human being that has the same hopes and dreams that you do. And try to realize that they are as important as yours because they are human just like you. And we expand our heart and mentally send love and kindness to this person, wishing them well, asking the universe to bless them with everything that they desire. Health, happiness, wealth, everything. And by now, you are in a space where you're feeling pretty expansive. Your consciousness has gone from yourself to somebody that you love, to somebody that you barely know. And feeling love, your love circle has expanded essentially. And in step 4, we do the most difficult thing, which is we think of somebody that we are not on good terms with right now. Somebody that we don't see eye to eye with, or somebody that we are maybe that has wronged us in the past, and we have a lot of resentment, maybe some hate in our heart for this person. And this is maybe the most difficult, but in my opinion, my humble opinion, the most important step of this practice, because here you are trying to bring this person in your mind's eye and realize that no matter what they may have done to you and whatever personal view you may have of them, the reality when you look at it objectively is that they are just a human being like you, and they also have hopes and dreams. And mentally you try to send this person love and kindness, and you try to wish them well. And yes, it may be difficult, but that's okay. This is a chance to try to realize that maybe this person has acted in this way because they are suffering. Usually people only hurt other people when they are suffering inside. And we ask the universe to heal them, may this person heal from their suffering. And it may be difficult, but the more we do this practice, the more we do this loving kindness practice, you will be able to find it in your heart to one day actually completely forgive this person and feel nothing but love toward them. And this is when changes begin to happen in not only your meditation, but your life itself. Because the impact of this practice on your relationships is profound. It is profound. I've experienced this firsthand with somebody in my family that I did not see eye to eye with for many, many years. And after doing this practice and thinking of them time and time again, I now treat this person with so much love. And I'm not saying that I'm doing a good thing. I'm saying that I am able to do it effortlessly because of this practice. And what I'm realizing is in turn, this person is acting, in a similar way toward me. Maybe not all the time, but a lot of the time. 70-80% of the time. And doing this practice is so fantastic for your relationships, because ultimately, what causes unhappiness in family life is how much do we get along with those around us? What is our daily experience? Is it a happy one, or is it, one with frustration and anger and arguments? And you don't need to take my word for it. Just think of the Dalai Lama or Buddhist monks. How peaceful do they look? How much peace and love do they radiate? And this is, it's because they practice meditation, and it's because they do this practice a lot. What is in your mind, what is in your heart ultimately will radiate through your face and through your eyes. And this is what happens. So we're now coming to the end of this video, but you now have the chance to do this meditation. So let's get to it. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, I will link the meditation down below. And if you're watching it on TV, then it is the next segment that you will see. Either way, enjoy the meditation, plug your earphones in, be in a comfortable posture, and we will be ready to begin in the next video. Thank you for listening. Namaste.